What's going on, guys? Tanner back here bringing you another video, and what I got for you guys today is we are going to be discussing what basic training is like currently right now during this pandemic we are going through. I'm not sure if I can say the word on YouTube yet, so I don't want the video to get taken down or muted, but I got some information for you guys about what it's actually like during basic training right now. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of everything that is going on in there. That way you know what you're going into when you leave for basic training. But before we get into that, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting the videos. We are like 9 subs away from 2,600. We just hit 2,500 last weekend, so in 1 week we gained another 100 subscribers. So everyone that is new to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Before we get into this also, could you guys please smash the like button for me? Let's see if we can get to 50 likes on this video. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell to know when we post another video. But without further ado, let's get right into this. So upon arrival at basic training, when you do your in-processing, you will be given a mask. And you're going to be seated in the PRC as normal, the Finkston Reception Center, and you're going to be spaced out. They don't want you directly next to each other, so they're going to have you probably 1 or 2 seats apart, and you're going to sit there and you're going to wait for your standard flight procedures. Your first 2 weeks at basic training are going to be spent inside. You're not going to really go anywhere, and that means everything is going to be brought to you, which is haircuts, finance, medical, dental, any appointments that you would have to go out to, they're all going to come to you. Now this might suck, but there's not going to be any running during the first 2 weeks of PT, so you definitely need to make sure that you're in really good shape before you go. But you're not really going to leave your building for the first 2 weeks. Everything is coming to you, so you might get a little stir crazy knowing that you're going to be stuck in a dorm or a tent for 2 weeks. All of your essential supplies from the BX will be delivered to you. You won't get to make any BX runs until the future, and even when you do make a BX run, all BX runs are given to you in time slots. So you're gonna have a specific day that you get to go. There's not gonna be like, hey, it's a Sunday or a Saturday and your MTI says, hey, people who need stuff come to me, and then they let you guys go in groups. If you need stuff, you're gonna have to wait because they're not gonna let you just go whenever. You have a designated time slot for your flight to go and get stuff from the BX. So when you're finally able to start PT is going to be 30-minute sessions of HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. And when you get to PT, you remove your mask and you stick it in your pocket. You do your PT session and then you take your mask back out of your pocket, you throw it back on, and you continue with your day. If you have tried to work out with the mask on during this thing, you know it's really hard. I've tried to go running with one on. It's not easy. My gym opened back up and training with a mask on is so uncomfortable that I have not really been training. I jog at home, but I will not go into the gym until the mask is no longer required, which could be some time from now, which I hope it's not. Now, when you finally get into your dorm after the 2 weeks, you're going to be living in every other bed. So your flight's only going to be about 25 to 30 people instead of the standard 50 to 60. They're going to take away a good majority of that. That way every other bed can be occupied by a trainee. They don't want you guys next to each other with the off chance that one of you gets sick or has COVID and then you get sick from that. So they're going to spread you out as far as possible while still maintaining good flight numbers because there's only so many dorms on Lackland for trainees. For those of you who are religious and were excited for church on Sundays, those will no longer be a thing. Instead, what's going to happen is there are pre-recorded church services for you, and they will be brought in on a TV into the day room, and you're allowed to watch that church service. And then afterwards, you just leave the day room and the next service will start. So say there's a Christian service in the morning and then at like 8 a.m. and then the Catholic service starts at 9 and then the Mormon service starts at 10 and then the atheist service starts at 11 and all that stuff. Or if you want to sit through all of them, you can probably watch all of them. But they're going to be brought to you guys on a DVD or something along the lines of that and put on a TV, and then you're able to watch those services so you do not miss out on your church, because your religious services are I'm not really sure the correct term for it, but they cannot deny you of your religion. When going to eat at the DFAG rules are a little more different. It's the same thing as when being in the dorms for your beds. They're going to be spacing you out a little more, so instead of 4 trainees per table, it's now going to be 2 trainees per table. What sucks about this whole thing, though, with the less people in the flight, it's going to be less people for you to meet and make friendships with. So it's going to be a lot more scrutiny from MTIs because they're going to be able to keep a better eye on all of you than if there's 60 people in the flight. It's a little harder to keep track of everyone. So you're going to have to be on your best behavior, definitely. There's no really time to mess up. and you might have to sacrifice a little bit on, the people that you meet. You're going to not have as many there. So flight activities might not be as fun, and that's unfortunate, but that's how it has to be for the time being. So Beast Week is still a thing. Beast Week will always be there from what it sounds like. The only difference is there's no hand-to-hand combat at Beast. So you're still going to be in your 25 to 30 person flights. And the way they used to do it was they would integrate flights from different so they'd put you have like these zones. I don't remember what the term for them was, but there's things like Reaper and all these different zones that you're in, and there's multiple flights living in your zone. So what they're probably going to do is they're going to have it to where there's going to be the other flights in there, but you're not going to really interact with them because they don't want you to intermingle and get sick if other people have it. They want you just with your people that are there that you're with normally, and then they're going to keep you guys this distance apart, or they might have you guys intermingle and, be able to meet other people that are there, which is how basic is supposed to be, how beast is supposed to be. I'm not really sure. I didn't really get any information on that. So for the time being, just expect that when you go to beast, you're probably not going to hang out with the other flights because they did take away hand-to-hand combat. So people going to basic, if you're excited about pugil sticks, you don't get to do pugil sticks while you're at basic training. It's unfortunate, but that's definitely something that they had to remove. Upon returning from beast, all the trainees will live in tents, and that's going to be like the tents you live in at Beast, and it's going to be 10 trainees per tent. So everything from 5th week on to graduation is going to be a whole different ball game, because I'm assuming that they're going to put you in there so they can sterilize rooms, clean everything out, and things of that nature, which is unfortunate that you have to live in a tent, but you're going to get a whole different experience from basic training that anyone else is. You're going to have a story, and that's what's the cool part about all this for you guys. You're going to have a story that no one else gets to tell. And that's completely a different ball game. You went through something you're going through basic in one of the scariest times our country's ever seen with everything that is going on. It's a whole different ball game, and I'm happy for the people that are going through right now because you get to experience something that none of us ever will. So the new lights out time for basic training is going to be 2000 hours, and your new wake up time is going to be 4:45 in the morning. I don't remember what time we used to wake up, but I'm pretty sure 2100 was lights out for us. So it was like 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure on what time I went to bed, but your new time for lights out and Reveille is going to be 2200 for lights out. So 10 p.m. for lights out and 4:45 in the morning for waking up. So try to get on a schedule like that now before you go to basic. That's going to give you about 6 hours and 45 minutes of sleep a night, which sounds brutal because 6 hours and 45 minutes isn't a lot. But with BMT being shorter now, that it's only 7.5 weeks since they shortened it a little bit, then you're gonna have to find ways to cram that time in. But that's just the way it's gonna be for right now. So expect to only get about 6.5 hours to maybe 7 hours of sleep per night, and a shortened distance or time length of BMT. When it comes to the PT tests for graduating, all PT tests are going to remain the same. You still have to hit the same requirements. But like I said before, PT is only 30 minutes of HIIT cardio. So make sure you're in shape before you go. Getting time to, do everything that you're going to need to is going to be a lot harder to make sure that you're getting in shape. So if you come into basic training and you're not in shape, it's going to be a lot harder for you to pass those PT tests, because what they found is that test scores remained pretty much the same from before COVID happened and people were, having normal PT days to after. So you're going to have to be in a lot better shape going into basic, knowing that there's going to be some fall off for your run times and your strength training. I was not able to get any information about the EOC, unfortunately. I'm going to assume that you still have to take it. There's going to probably be a lot of study time for you, and I wasn't able to get anything on classes. So classes are probably still going to be in effect. You're probably just going to be spread out a little more. I was next to pretty much everyone in my flight during my classes, so there'll probably be someone every other chair in there, because you usually have it with your brother or sister flight. So every other seat will be taken probably, and that's how classes are going to go. So expect to self-class, expect to still have an EOC, which is not that hard, but don't count it out. I wasn't able to get any info on that, but still just don't count it out. Now, when it comes to graduation will still be the same. The only thing is your family will not allow to be there, and graduation will be live streamed for them to watch. I know this is something that a lot of you guys really, really are going to be upset about, because graduation is one of the biggest things for the entire thing of basic. It's like the same thing going on with high school right now. They weren't really able to have high school graduations for a lot of people. They did like Zoom graduations, and it's unfortunate. But, you know, at least your family gets to see you getting your coin, or seeing you on the airman's run, or seeing you on the parade field, and you know, you get to actually go through it. I figured that they were going to cut out graduation as a whole, which would have sucked, but at least you get to go through that and receive your airman's coin the proper way. But that's all the information I was able to gain for you guys. I'll try to get some more, and I'll leave it in like the comment section below, or I'll post it in the community tab on the channel. So keep a lookout for that kind of stuff. If you have any other questions, you can ask me in the comment section below, or hit me up on my social medias. They're going to be in the description as well. And I'll do my best to answer any questions that you guys have, and see if I can gain any more info as the time goes on about what basic will be like during this whole thing. But I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I hope this was an informative video and you're ready to go for basic training when you head out there, and however long that's going to be. But thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please smash the like button. Like I said, we're going for 50 likes. Leave a comment of what you thought of what you're excited for at basic training now, and what you just think of the overall process. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the post notification bell to know when we post a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. I love you all. Stay safe and have a great day.